And welcome back to Live Now from Fox. Taking you out to California now. An atmospheric river has begun to slam California. That is expected to bring days of heavy rain, strong wind gusts, and potentially feet of mountain snow to the Golden State through early next week. We wanted to head out to Bayne Froney with Fox Weather. She is live there in Malibu this morning. Good morning to you, Bayne. What are you seeing out there?
Hey, good morning to you as well. You know, it has been a little bit of a rainier start, to say the least. Right now, the rain is on the lighter side, but 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, it was absolutely pouring. We actually saw rain rates close to half an inch in some spots within 15 minutes, half an inch of rain within 15 minutes in some spots throughout the Los Angeles area. Now, where we were at currently, we actually ended up picking up about this much water in 20 minutes. So that is just under half an inch. I'd say almost 4/10 of an inch of rain that fell in just 20 minutes. Now that is an intense rain rate no matter where you are throughout the country, but especially here in California, that is dangerous just because of the topography, because of the conditions here, because of the infrastructure, and of course, especially due to those burn scars that we saw from those LA fires just back in January. Where we're at currently in Malibu, neighborhoods surrounding us were greatly impacted by that devastation, just catastrophic damage to those neighborhoods. And now in its wake, it's left those burn scars. Now you may be wondering, what is a burn scar and why does that matter? Well, basically, we end up seeing a fire. It just burns up the soil, the vegetation in that area. And what happens is the vegetation, the soil, it can no longer absorb water. And that water just runs off. On top of this, too, the vegetation is burned or just completely gone. So that used to help that water, stop it from going down the hills. But now that that's not there anymore, we see some dangerous debris flows, flash flood potential, and of course can also see those mudslides. What you're looking at behind me is this beautiful mountain range, and right now this roadway is closed. Is Topanga Canyon Boulevard, a road that a lot of folks that live in the valley area utilize every single day to come down into Malibu and to the ocean, and that was closed actually starting yesterday. This was, you know, a precursor, a precaution, because they knew that the rain rates were going to be intense starting today. Now, the event has been ongoing for the past few days. Even yesterday, we saw light on and off showers, pretty consistent throughout the morning and into the afternoon. Now, for California, to kind of give you a little bit more perspective, here near LA, usually they see around 3/4 of an inch of rain throughout the entire month of November. Now, yesterday, parts of LA actually picked up half an inch of rain already just from that. And I mean, that's almost a month's worth of rain within 24 hours. And in the coming hours, including into tomorrow, we're expecting to see close to 3 to 5 inches of rain. Now, another stat for you. From November to January, so that's a good couple of months, a big chunk of winter for us there. From November to January in the LA area, usually it picks up around 5 to 6 inches of rain. Again, we're getting close to 3 to 5 inches in just a few days here. So we're talking months, plural, within the matter of this weekend. Now, when we did see that stronger system that rolled through, I do want to mention that because that was just sitting off the coast for a few hours, and it was getting a lot of its energy from the ocean, from the instability in this atmosphere. And what it actually had with that tag on that storm was the possibility of water spouts. So that means that there's a little bit of a twist in our atmosphere, which is an indication that we have very unstable conditions in the atmosphere, and that we could also possibly see a spin-up tornado or two. That's on the lower end, but it is still a possibility. On top of that, we're looking at gusty winds. So this is an intense next couple of hours that folks in California need to be on high alert for. You know, this is a place that normally does not get this much rain. Even though this is the rainy season, this is a whole different ballpark. Now, I do also want to touch a little bit more on those burn scars again, because throughout the Palisades, where we're kind of at right now, those neighborhoods were just completely destroyed. We were driving through just yesterday, and you could see just a few homes that were still intact. So the community here is still in the rebuilding stages. And now on top of this, you have the potential for those mudslides, those flash flood warnings popping up. Actually, in this area, most of LA County is actually under a flash flood warning for the next 6 hours. We also did see a flash flood warning over into Santa Barbara. That was very, very early this morning, and that was in place for a few hours, and there was a considerable tag on that warning. And what that basically means is there is catastrophic potential with a flash flood warning. So as of right now, we don't have that considerable tag here in the LA area, but I would expect these warnings to continue to pop up throughout Southern California as the day continues on, because we're just getting started here. I mean, already picking up a good inch or so of rain in the past few hours. And again, we are expecting to see this kind of rain and on and off intense rainfall rates throughout the rest of this morning. I mean, just about 30 minutes ago or so, my rain jacket was completely dry, and now I'm just completely soaked. And so as we move throughout the next few days here, we are going to watch for that rain to start to let up a little bit more. Even with that instability, it's going to kind of move on out of here, but it will be impacting the northern part of the state once we get into tomorrow and Monday. So even though the northern part of the state may be in the clear for right now, by the time we get into the next few days, they still need to be on high alert. That flooding potential is still going to be there. And on top of this, we may get a few breaks or a couple days of rain-free conditions for us there. So this will be Monday and Tuesday, a little bit on the drier end, but then there's possibly a second wave of moisture that'll roll on in for the second half of the work week. And, you know, it's just adding insult to injury on an already very saturated ground for us. Now, I do want to try and point out to you some of this rushing water that's just off the side of the road. My photographer, Thomas, is going to try and get in nice and close over there for you as well. This is just, again, coming in from just the past few hours. Honestly, just the past 30 minutes or so when we saw that really strong storm system that rolled on in and just poured, I mean, ½ an inch rain rates within 15 minutes. On top of that, too, we also did see quite a bit of lightning that was just off the coast. You know, it's going to be an intense next couple of hours. And already we did see Governor Gavin Newsom yesterday. He tweeted out that they were already deploying some emergency resources available to the most vulnerable. And excuse me, those most vulnerable areas have already been notified as well. When I talk about the most vulnerable, I'm talking about the neighborhoods that are close to the burn scars. They've been notified that they are under evacuation warnings, which basically means that at a moment's notice, they need to be ready to go, to get out, just in case there is a flash flood warning or a mudslide or some of those debris flows that can get really intense very, very quickly. So this is going to be an ongoing situation here at Fox Weather. We're sticking around all weekend long. We're going to be walking you all through it and keeping you updated on everything that goes on here. But again, for the most part, we're just watching out for those rain rates, keeping an eye on all of those reports as well. I'd expect to start to see some more of these road closures like the one that you see behind me starting to pop up, trying to get people away from these steeper hills to make sure that they're nice and safe. I'll send it back to you in studio for now.
All right, Bayne, Froney, Fox Weather, thank you so much. A lot of information there. I'm sure we'll be checking in with your team throughout the coming days. We appreciate it.